Hi, I'm John Lemos, and I'm with The Right Place. I'm here with Mike LeBarre. We've been talking about what's going on in his campaign and what's going on in California and what's going on in the nation. Mike, many times when we interview people after the show, they always say, well, what about his personal life? Or what does he do? Does he have a family? And you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. First of all, I'm not a saint. I grew up with a normal background, did all the childish, foolish things when I was young, and grew up when I knew I was going to be a father. It's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. I have a great son who's 13 now. We have a dog that's been with us for 7 of those years, over 7 of those years. I'm really, really happy with where I'm at. I am divorced. It's been about 10 years now.
So you're a single parent?
I am a single parent.
Good job.
But me and his mother work well together. We're still friends. It's just, you know, things are what they are.
Sure.
And as Americans, we take with what we get, we move forward. You don't dwell on it, you just take and make the best you can of it. I have to say that being a father is the best thing in my life. It's been the pinnacle of everything I've experienced. I'm glad I was rebellious when I was young because it makes me enjoy what I'm doing now. And that's why I'm running, because I want to make sure my son and everybody's children has the kind of America that I grew up in. I remember running around, having a lot of freedom, going out in the morning and not coming back till nighttime when I was ready for dinner. I couldn't let him do that now because of the crime that we have, the way things are. It's not the same. And I want to see it get back to that again.
Well, we both know it's a different world, and it's rapidly moving in directions that none of us are too happy about, you know. I'd like you to tell me a few of the things that you're doing right now, campaign-wise, to try to get this thing done.
Oh, I think that's a good question. Is one of the most important things we need to do is embrace the values of our party. You know, it's easy for the people to demonize us and pin us in this box. Fact is our values are everybody's values. So one of the things I made a point of is I'm reaching out to all groups, Democrat groups, union groups, Latino groups. It doesn't matter. I just tell them the same message. This is about jobs. This is about the economy. This is about moving forward as a nation and standing together. Our government divides us. They put little issues out in front of us because as Americans, we're never going to agree on everything. But what I do know is on the big items, the big things, we can agree on. And that's where we need to stand together and make this country better for all of us. I firmly believe that when people hear me, that they will agree. And then we can stand together. We can make a difference. And I know by sending me to Washington, it'll be political history because we're going to unseat a long-term incumbent. You know, the choice is going to be very, very clear and distinct this election. If you like the way things are going, if you like the high price of gas, the high cost of food, losing your home, losing your job, vote as you've always been, vote for the incumbent, and you will get that. But if you want someone who's going to represent you, who's going to fight for you every day, who's not going to stand for the status quo, that's me. Because I'm not doing this to be a congressman, I'm doing this to make our country better. And that is the only reason I'm up here. Because I want to hear somebody saying what I was saying right now, and I wasn't. So that's
well, it's a scary thought. I mean, when you look at the deficit problem we have in the government, you look at the deficit problem that we have at county level, the deficit problem we have at the city, it's scary. I mean, it's scary when your county's going to go back $5 million, the city going to go back $3 million. The state, I don't know, they're $40 million or something. you know, it's a scary problem. You got a big job. You go there, you got a big job. I mean, a huge job. And I'm for fire and far. I mean, believe me. Let me ask you what you think about the energy policies we have here in California.
Energy policies are dictated by radical environmentalist groups. That's a given. Because no sane person would put a lizard over a family. I mean, these people who are stopping projects, for example, the Sites Water Project. This is an off-stream storage project to save water, to bank water away during the heavy rain flows. We can't build extra water capacity because environmental groups come in and stop it and do lawsuits. This is absolutely insane. We have the water. Last year, we could have pulled 2 to 3 million acre-feet off the Sacramento River alone without affecting its flow of its normal flow. But we had nowhere to put it. Instead, they'll want us to conserve water. They'll want us to conserve energy. It's always about restricting our ability to provide for ourselves. It's always about putting us in a box, making choices for us by limiting what we can do. That's what I see coming out of California. That's what I see coming out of the federal government. They're trying to tell us and dictate us how we must live, what we must eat, where we can go, how we can fly, everything down the line. They are trying to force us into compliance. It doesn't work that way. We are Americans. We decide the course and destiny of our own lives. The only thing the government is there for is to provide the ability for us to make our decisions, to protect our way of life, not dictate.
I agree completely. You know, California has this unique problem where they will they would rather deal with a lizard or a fish that we can't eat and put 40,000 people out of work in the Central Valley, begin to shut off the blue water. We have lost people out of this state. We've lost 40 millionaires in the last 6 or 8 months out of this state, which is cuts down our revenue stream. Housing is bad. Rentals are up. Housing is down 3.8. Rentals are up 4.2. I mean, we're doing so many stupid stuff in this state. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm hoping that a guy like you can go in there, and it's a big job. I mean, you know, it's a huge job.
Yes, it is.
To go to Washington with all those bureaucrats that have been there for years and years, generational congressmen like Sam Farr. I don't know how much you can do and what you can do, but I sure hope the heck you can do it.
Well, I can tell you, I believe there's a lot of Congress members that want to do what's right for our country. It's the leadership that's not allowing them. What I'm going to give them is the backbone to stand up. It takes someone to stop being silent. Their whole system of power, the whole structure they have in place is based on everybody being quiet about what's really going on. Not only will I be your voice, but I'm also going to be your eyes and ears, which means if I see someone come into work intoxicated, you will know about that. If I see them making backroom deals, I will tell the constituents who's doing what and what are they doing and why. If I see them committing a crime, which we all know in our hearts is going on up there,
absolutely,
I will make sure that they are prosecuted to the full extent of law. I'm not going up there to make friends. I'm not going up there to play nice. I'm going up there to make things right for all American people. And you do that by standing firm in our founding principles, in our Constitution, and knowing that no member of government is more important than our country. It's time to stop putting party before country, because we are not Democrats, we are not Republicans or independents. We are Americans first. And that's how you make a change. And you be vocal about it, you stand firm, and then people will respect you. Yes, there'll be pushback, but the people pushing back are the ones who want to maintain the status quo. The American people do not want the status quo. They want America back. So it'll make a clear distinction of who's who. And that's how you begin the process of changing the behavior of those in Washington.
Good job. Mike, let me ask you a question. I know that every campaign needs money. How do people get a hold of you and contact you and send you those huge checks that you need?
Yes, I do need huge checks. It's votemike2012.com. That's my website. On there you can find the forms to send in by mail or online donations, and I really appreciate that. And you will know that the money that you send in will you use for advertising. It's not going to be wasted. It's going to be to get the message out. And that's absolutely important. Not for parties, it'll be for TV commercials, because it really is about getting out the word and knowing that Mike LeBarre is the one who's going to work for you in Washington. We have a new district. It's time to put a new congressman on that district, and I'd appreciate that. So when I get your big check.
Well, it's coming. Don't try to cash it, but it's coming.
Okay.
Listen, Mike, I really appreciate it, and I wish you all the luck in the world. And we may have you back again as we get closer to this election. I think maybe we should have you back and talk a little bit more about where you're going, how you're doing with your campaign, how you're doing with your campaign money. And appreciate you coming, buddy.
I'm always available. Anytime you want.
God bless you, man.
God bless you.
I want to thank everybody at CMAP, and I want to thank this audience for watching our show today. We really appreciate you tuning in to us. The crew here does a great job. CMAP does a good job. I would like to say one thing to this audience. Find out what's happening in your local government and your city, your county, and your federal government. Take the time to figure out what's going on and what's going to affect you so that you are a knowledgeable voter. This is a very important election, and I want you to think about it, and I'll see you later.